Yeah, no, we're at red. All right.
Yeah, in India they made the first degrees do the flag holding.
We are not allowed to show them in front of children, so that's what we are here for. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, this is perversion and it can't be taught to children. If you'd get the host, we'd like to speak with him.
well, I'm the host.
Oh, you are the host.
But if you'd like, I can get my manager.
That would be fine.
All right, great.
Hi, kids.
Hi.
How are you?
All righty, gentlemen. That's just not in the story room. It has to be going towards the front of the building. But
Oh, we're here for the story.
okay, so as long as we're not going to cause a disruption, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Where's the school teacher that's supposed to be presenting this reading?
It is me, a librarian,
Why would you do this?
because it's Pride Month.
Who gives us?
Why does that mean you can instill this
You
in
should
little
know better.
children's minds? What gives you the right to give them question of sexuality at such a young age?
Those are little girls.
Right, but honestly, what gives you the right to introduce sexuality to children?
Wouldn't their parents be here?
Doesn't matter, what still
Well,
gives you the
even-
right?
Even if their parents are
Not
here.
only-
Not
You're
for
saying their
children, but
parents
why?
don't have a right.
No, they don't.
I
They don't have the right to plant seed of doubt about one's own personal body. God gave you that body. You don't have the right to make a child question that ability.
What you want to do in
But
your own home
yeah,
is up
but
to
you do what but you can't
Okay.
force this
So
on
then
children.
why, if I wanted my child to know, couldn't I bring them here so they
No,
could
because
explore?
no,
because
this
this
is
is
not
public.
a forum for that.
This isn't a public.
So
not
the
the
library is
forum.
not
No.
a place to learn
Sexuality
anything.
is not a place for the library.
It's a personal issue.
This is a
Again,
public
it's a
library. This is
personal
children
issue
don't come here to
because
learn
I
about
can bring my
sexuality
child
and to
to
question
my
their man or
personal
femalehood. That's not what a library was presented for.
And if you want to say that it's for Pride Month, why does your website say that it's back to school? Welcome to back to school reading. This is the start of back to school. That this is
You're
going to be
blocking
what's
the
called.
entryway. You need to allow people in and out of the story time.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
But what gives you the right to push a sexual question on a
Sir,
child?
once again,
I'm asking a question and I'm gonna ask a question.
gonna have
I'm not
to
gonna
ask you
leave.
that
This is a public
Story
facility.
time hasn't started yet. We're not.
We're not- that
interrupting.
story
We're just
time hasn't
having
even started, ma'am.
conversation
If you're
with the
causing a
director before
disruption,
story
Well,
time starts.
I'm
And
not.
that
I'm
is
asking a
part of a
question.
political
You're
What
grooming
right do
these
you
children's
have to
minds.
teach these children about sexuality.
We're just asking questions before story time starts. We're
not
getting
class
information.
started.
You guys are grooming children's minds sexually. Yes, you are. We're supposed to teach our children to love themselves as themselves, that they don't need to change.
We pay taxes. This is our region, and we will not have that happen here in our
That's
area.
baloney.
That's not at all what we said.
Well, I think so. He's questioning why we have a right to even talk about it. In a
children.
public
You don't have the right to talk about it to children. They're minors. It's the sexual
the
content.
parents'
It's
choice.
perversion. No, it
It's-
isn't.
no, it's
Then talk
not
about it in
perversion.
your privacy of your home,
So
not
I'm
in
not
a
allowed to
public
talk
facility
about
where my
anything?
child could enter and be introduced to this
I'm
nonsense.
sure you're not going to bring your child.
You got, I
This
will
is a
not bring my
public
child.
library.
It's a
It is a
public
public
library.
library, and the door
Children
can
coming
be
in and here
closed.
all the time.
And
You
the
have
door
no
can be
right.
closed.
You have no
Unaccompanied.
right. You have the right
no
to live your
business
life
doing
as an
this.
adult. You have no right to push your thoughts on a child.
Every family pushes their thoughts on a child. Come on.
In their own home.
their own
home.
Man, this is a public
In their own
building.
home,
We
ma'am.
pay taxes for this building as
We all
much as you do.
That's
That's
right.
correct.
So
We
you have
every
no right to push
We
something
have
here.
every
So
right to
gentlemen,
talk
if
about
you
what's in
can, if
here
you
as well.
chose to have a meeting here, I could actually come and say, there's not a right for you to
They
be
wouldn't
here.
allow it to begin with.
Probably
That's
right.
That's exactly
Probably
right.
right.
Hypocrisy right there.
I'm not,
Right.
well,
Hypocrisy right
hypocrisy,
there.
we're talking.
We're just trying to
talking right now.
open.
We're trying to
up. Yeah, we're not
confuse
trying to
children
offend
of
anyone
gender,
or
simply.
You have no right to reduce
I
this
am-
to
I
children
am
that
a
are not
straight-
yours.
I am a straight woman.
I don't
Even though
care
my
about
hair-
that.
I know that, you don't care. My hair says I'm not,
No,
but I have, I
We
took
didn't,
tests.
we didn't judge you by the.
we didn't
I'm
judge
just
you.
trying to have a conversation.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna stop you on how you started that. You
Okay.
said, I am a straight woman. Why
Well,
don't you
it's-
try teaching that to the children first? Why don't you try teaching them
Be
what
proud
a
of who
man and a
you
woman
are.
is
Be proud
before
of who
try
you are
teaching
before
them
you
what
teach
a
them to have a
sexuality
surgery
is.
to change it.
People look
Why
at me
don't you
and
actually
make
try
assumptions.
teaching them the difference between a man and a
Yeah.
woman?
People look at me and make
Every one of
assumptions
these
because of my
books,
short hair.
I'm
every one
just
of these
saying.
books is full
It
of
don't
It's
matter how
promoting
short your hair is, it don't
sexual
matter how long
That's
content.
your hair is.
pornography.
And you have no right to give
The
that.
difference is you're trying
Making
to teach our
them
children
question
that
their
there is
gender.
more than
What'd
just
you
a
say?
male
And if
female.
they love
You can
them,
be whatever you want.
if they love themselves for who they really are.
They truly believe that.
No, you gotta change yourself to love
And
yourself.
that's why the Western culture, that's why the
We're
Western
balanced.
culture is the
You have no
greatest
right to
culture and
do
the only
that.
one still standing because we are the ones that don't believe that.
I have grandchildren going through these school systems. You have no right to talk to any children about that but your own. You don't have the right. You don't have the right.
Despite what you think, children are not allowed to come to story time without a guardian.
Okay, but why
So
does it
That's-
have to be
It's still
about
not your job.
Sexuality.
It's still not your
That's
job to
even
put on
kinda weird.
put on a show to speak to other children, other people's children
Step
about
back
this
so-
topic that should be left to the parents
back,
in the
mate.
privacy of
The
their own
parents are
home.
choosing to come and bring their children.
Okay, but you're still gonna be the one, you're still the one that's putting all this
You're
on.
putting
Those aren't
this
your
into their
kids.
head. And you guys don't have the right to do that.
And you don't even know who funds this. Do you even know who funds this? Do you know how this got
Well,
started?
The story times. are-
Do you know what their policies are and what they're trying to do to
Well, I
America?
work for the library, so I do know who funds this and how story times work.
No, at the top.
So are you forced to put these on? Do you have to for funding? Because in your mind, you can't think this is right. To push sexuality or to question a sexuality to a child who is in second or less second grade. You have no right to
When
do
do you
that.
think they
You're
decide
planting
their
the
own-
seed.
You know,
their
the
own
teacher that's
sexuality?
supposed to-
What age do you think children all
Well, it
become
sure
sexual?
isn't when you're still
Second
sucking
grade.
your thumb. It
How
sure
you
as hell
just
ain't
said,
that age.
what
Well, it
age?
might not be.
Why can't you drive at 16?
Pull that post
You
up.
just said that.
Why can't you vote at 18? Because
Jamie.
you're not mature enough. So now you
Somebody.
all of a sudden,
Pull
the
that-
2-year-old's
pull that-
mature
Jamie.
enough.
But hormones start a long time before that.
What's that?
please.
Pull that post up about him confusing
But
children.
if you're straight, why are you arguing? Why are you
Right there
defending?
in the chat.
that
This
they're
guy
reducing
brags
the-
about
Because I
confusing
have
children
people
in second
who I
grade
care
of their
about
gender.
Okay.
who
being
are
bragged
not
about it.
straight,
Okay.
who are
brags
really
about
good
it.
human beings.
I don't
That's
doubt
not
that
even
one
the
bit.
question. You're
And I
just
have
still
friends that are
confusing
also
gender.
gays.
A simple
what you're
thing.
saying is
But they
you
don't-
gentlemen-
you don't have the
you
right to
gentlemen
push it
have
on
people
children.
Who you know
This is-
who are not
If
straight.
children
We're not
have
gonna
questions about
stand.
sexuality,
Good
that's
people.
Yeah.
This is
But
the
you
person-
think they don't
They
have a
children
right
should not
to
be
teach
brought
their
to
children.
places.
Not
that
other
it's-
people's
This
children.
is- this is-
Not
this is-
promote it to
Teaching
children.
is an underage.
Not, they don't have the right to promote
You have
it
a man
towards
pretending
children.
to be a woman.
That's my point.
Teaching children it's
You disagree.
okay.
Look at this.
So I can push.
It's not
Hang on,
okay.
Jamie.
Is there any sexual propaganda in any of
No, no,
those?
it's not a video.
It's not
Is
a
there any
video.
sexual-
It's a-
Just
it's
read
a-
the headline.
It's a picture of an article that the person who's putting this on brags and laughs about confusing the minds of second grade students that this person
Now, you
teaches.
think this person is that person who's putting this on?
I know that, I know
What you're saying
that
is that
person.
that's the person who gave this library money to put this on? Is that
This
what
is the
No,
person
that's-
who organized it, this is the person who organized it and is plastered all over Facebook about
And
this
it's not
event.
Well,
it's
this
not
This
is
event.
South Bend.
This event,
it's just
by
like
name of
something-
Megan
Mom?
Buell, the
Mom?
director of trees right
Mother?
here in South Bend.
Come with us, please.
I will come, but I do not feel threatened. I want
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
we're
You
just
shouldn't
not-
feel
We're not
threatened.
trying to
Very
threaten
nice
you.
for
Thank you.
you.
At all.
The rest of your
Thank you,
family
ma'am.
doesn't feel that
Do
way.
It
well.
was a pleasure, thank you. We're just trying to protect the children.
I said, how you
That's
started
what I
this
try to
thing.
do too.
How you
What?
started
That's
this
what I'm
thing.
doing
You are
right
a
now.
woman. Teach children the difference.
By force,
between man
by
and
putting
woman.
question of sexuality in their
Okay,
minds.
guess what?
An 8-year-old.
Take your hate speech and run it up your ass
It's not
and
hate
get the
speech.
fuck out of here.
It's not hate speech.
Do
Look
not
at me.
talk
Look at
to
me.
non
Hey,
people.
John,
Come
don't even
here.
acknowledge it.
Don't talk to her.
Don't
We're
acknowledge
just
it.
here talking to the lady putting it up.
Hey,
Hi.
I just wanted to ask, my daughter, she's my oldest daughter, she just called me and was telling me that something about her being taught reading a book, asked to come in here. They come here every day while I'm in here. They were saying something about they was being to read some pride stuff.
Yes, so this is a rainbow story time with material about Pride Month.
You don't need my consent for that.
You're their parent if they're here and they would like to come.
We're gonna prevent it from happening.
Yeah.
We are here
That's
because
what we're
it is
here.
willingly
She just
Yeah.
told us
Your
that no
child is-
children would be in here
That's
without
why
their
we're
parents.
here.
And you
because
didn't
they're
even
just
know,
teaching-
see, so you just teaching her child about sex
And my
without her
child,
permission.
yeah, and my daughter, she knows better, so.
There you go.
Amen.
You just
Amen.
teaching so much child. Ma'am, you can press charges because they have sexual.
Yeah, they're doing some weird shit in here.
And that's why we're here. We're
You
here to
just
prevent
lied
this
and
from
We're
told
trying to
us
be
that
parents
no
and they're making our
children
job
would be
10
in here
times
without
harder
their
than it
Yes,
has to be.
ma'am.
Yes,
I'm glad you
this
came.
is not
We're simply
babysitting.
trying to teach our children right and wrong, and they're trying to teach them everything
So
else.
since we've asked you guys politely to leave and not as disruptive.
We're not being
then
disruptive.
things are
We're not
okay.
disruptive.
Things happen.
The lady
Things are
walking
on
out,
the
that's
way,
okay,
and then
let
we'll
her come
have
on
you
in.
even do
Yeah.
it.
That lady left on her own.
She left talking to us. We didn't speak to
We're gonna
her.
go ahead and clear up this here. These gentlemen are welcome to stay here till the police arrive.
Yeah, they can come on in.
Right, just so you know, this mother here would probably like.
This
to
mother
talk to the
didn't know
police
what you
also,
guys were about to teach
because
her
her
children.
child is just about to talk
So
sex
our
with
point
her.
here is.
And they were in this. They were in this room when we showed up.
It's purposely
They
done
were
to see
in
what
this
set up.
room when we showed up, and she didn't.
I'm gonna get her name.
Not even number.
Well, the police are coming. She can press charges for teaching this kind of stuff to her children.
Over sexualizing and grooming our children's minds. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It's not sexual content. It's about sexuality.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It
You
doesn't
too.
belong,
It's the same
it
fucking
doesn't
thing.
belong in a child's head.
That was perfect. That was perfect. And I had a parent who's not even involved with us come and be like, "What? Hold up."
Us too, ma'am. Absolutely.
We normally bring
But I
them.
just wanna make sure that what you're doing aligns with who I am as far as with my sort of love. So.
We weren't coming to
I have a problem with
We
my
came early as to not interrupt things and try to prevent it from happening. Because they don't have the right to teach this kind of, this is Satan. They don't have the right to teach that to kids.
No.
I have a question. So y'all saying y'all don't like the LGBT community?
It's not that.
That's not that.
I'm just confused. I'm not like
That's what
that.
the
I'm
media
just
tells you. That is not. We are,
No.
no, we are all Christians and we are just defending you kids.
Oh, you just
You guys are
saying
losing
like-
everything that
They don't
we
have the right
have
to
by the
teach
time you're our age. And
children
we're trying to
about
defend.
sex, any sex.
Nobody has the right to talk or even make you
Or
question
changing your
who
gender.
you are.
They can
Nobody
choose
has
that when they
right.
get older.
And we're gonna prevent that as much as
That's
we
their
can.
choice when they get older.
You grow up and turn an adult and you wanna do, you do whatever you want and I'll support you.
Like why we're underage, like yeah,
She has
Or
no
even
business
they're promoting it.
questioning if she's a boy or a girl.
There's
at
people
this
that don't
age.
even live
And they
in
don't
this
have the
state
right to
funding
plant the
it.
seed.
One thing if it
They don't have the
happened
plant to write the
naturally.
seed. Okay, but nobody planted that seed in your mind.
That's the
So that wasn't fair for you. We're gonna prevent it for them.
Oh.
There you go.
How dare you do
Yeah,
what?
how dare us what, prevent them
Because-
from questioning
because they know.
what God
Because
made them?
How he
Who
made
who
them.
gives you the right to tell them that God made them wrong? You don't have the right.
Can I say my sentence?
Absolutely, please.
Who gives you the right to tell them that that was God?
The word,
and not them?
the word of God.
I have the right.
The word of God.
I have the right to
The word
protect
of
the
God.
children that you guys are
Excuse
trying
me,
to push this
real quick,
on.
while we're also
That's
here,
all
this is
I'm
a
doing.
public library where they have science books,
This is
biology books,
public.
and the human anatomy. What makes, hang on, no, we let you talk, hang on a second, this is what I tell
It's
my
not as
children.
bad as it looks, I
I
promise.
have a transgender daughter, and I'm going through a very lot with her. She's 17 years old, and I am literally going
Well,
through a
that's
lot
still
with
a
her.
child.
Yeah,
Right.
and she is. And she's
But at
17,
16,
and right now,
she can make her
this is
decision.
her choice.
It's not
her
forced
decision.
on her at 2 or
I
3 years
cannot
old.
decide what she wants in life. Hang on a second. Before you keep
Seriously,
talking.
because we're not against you
Because
at all.
these children need to
We have
understand
friends.
too.
We
A
have
female
we have
is born
gay
with
chapters.
a
And we love you.
uterus,
God loves you.
only
Yes.
for the simple purpose of reproduction.
We have gay chapters in the
uterus-
Proud Boys,
the
and we are
uterus
not
is
against
all
gays or
that
any
makes
of that.
You a female.
We're
That
against
is-
pushing it
and
on
you
children.
want toenails, whatever.
You don't
want
introduce
does
it
not
to
make you
children.
gay. It makes you who you
Let's go back in the room. Wait for
When
the
this
cops.
is being forced.
Yawn. Let's go back in and wait for the cops. Since they're coming, because I'm not, yeah.
We have every right to be here.
Well, they're not gonna have it.
In order to make sense, someone that does not make sense.
Yawn. Yawn.
Let's have a seat and wait for the law, because now moms are upset. Now we've done something.
We've got it on tape that she flat out lied to us.
She's flat out lying.
Yeah.
The
She was
parents
like,
know that mother is upset. That's what we'll do, the big scene. But that
Record that stuff.
Record our conversation.
That woman's kids were sitting in
I
this
can't
room.
touch that conversation where they were ready to listen to the story.
But some people can't. Some people can't afford that. Some people can't do that, but it doesn't matter what you were born with.
It does matter what you were born with.
yeah, but her kids were here and she didn't know about
And
it.
it's okay that you felt that you was born that way. That's why Christ tells us to be born again. That's
Well, why are you shoving your opinion on people who don't believe it?
Exactly. Why are you shoving it on my children who don't understand it? Tell me that. If you feel like I'm as an adult and you're an adult and I'm shoving it on you, my dear, how do you think I feel about my children?
No one forces anybody to do that. And it's not a religion.
But my children were uncomfortable and they called me. They come here every day and you know that. I don't like that because my son, he doesn't know anything. He don't know anything about this. Now, if he would have came in there without them and he would have just went in there to sit normally for story time, he would have been taught that he can be a girl if he wants to, never had a thought at all, right? And I'm not saying, like I said, God loves you, I love you, I don't, but what I will do is stand for Christ.
And they
And the
said
word
that
of God.
they said the
I'm not
parents
called-
were
I'm not
aware of
called
their
to
children's
please you.
future.
I'm not called to agree with you. I'm called to live for Christ and to spread His truth. And His truth is that we were born into sin with those ways of thinking.
Okay, so
with
you're
that
calling me a
dysfunction.
sinner.
With that dysfunction. No, that's why you're born again, so that you will be born into your identity. You will
But
know who you
I
are.
am not a Christian.
Okay, and they're not gay.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that they're gay.
Don't
And
push
we're not
them.
bringing your kids into this.
Yeah, you did.
They were.
You did because they could have easily went in. My son could
Yeah,
have
but
went
they're not
in.
telling them to go into
Right,
church.
this is supposed to be story time, not teaching them that they, not teaching my son he can
That's
be a
not
girl,
okay.
not teaching my daughters that they can be a boy. Like I said, I love you and I understand that.
But you don't love really me.
I do. I love you. I love the woman. I love the man that you were born to be.
See, but that's
And I love who you are right now, the man that you are. Regardless of what you've done, regardless of how you changed, you are still
But if your
Still a
child
man.
likes the color blue, right?
right. That doesn't make
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
But then they change and they're like, you know what? I don't like blue anymore. I like purple.
That's fine.
Does that
Okay,
mean
but
That don't have
That's
nothing to
the
do
same
with who God created her to be.
Okay, but then you're just invalidating their feelings. If they're saying, Mom, I don't feel right. I don't
They
feel
don't even
right.
know
listen,
nothing about
hey,
that.
can I
yet.
interrupt for a second,
They don't
ladies?
even understand.
Also
Listen,
none.
they're not showing you
I'm not a
guys.
woman either.
There's women that have had their sexual changes and men that have had their thing removed.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
they are now so devastated
Yeah, but
that
you're
they can't
telling-
reverse it.
You're
Okay,
saying
but-
that these kids can't learn about consent. You're saying
No.
that, oh,
I'm
we're just
saying you don't
teaching
have the right
sex.
to plant the
Why are
seed
you
that
trying to teach
could
them
be a boy if you
consent?
want. You don't
Consent
have to have
of
one
what?
kid.
They
You
are
don't have that
children.
right. You don't have that
Consent
right to plant
of
that
what?
That's
thought
not
in a
what this
child's
was.
mind.
What are you trying to give them
Well,
consent
all you
of?
got some
That's
money
exactly, and we're not gonna allow it.
Like
We're not gonna allow it. Our children
supposed to
deserve better, and you have
understand
no
this
right to do it. And you're not gonna do it in our area, and this is our area. We are a machine,
Amen.
and we're not gonna allow it.
Okay, but so are
Okay, but there
we.
you
We are
go.
also
But
in
then do it in
Michigan.
your house. You're not gonna do it in a public
Oh, so do
location.
this in your house then.
I am.
We're
This is my
not
house.
pushing
This is
ideology
not
on
your
children's
You don't have the
minds.
right to promote sexual
This
content
is a
to children
public
in a
space.
It's
public
not
space.
sex. It's
I'm not
not
going nowhere,
sex.
kid. Y'all can hang out, but we ain't going nowhere till this is over,
Fine.
because this is not happening.
Absolutely, feel free.
I thought you guys said you weren't going to interrupt it, but you
Yeah.
We are, we're not gonna allow it to happen. Yeah, we're not gonna allow it to happen, it's not gonna take place.
Where are you
And we
video
don't have
clipping
the
this
right
to,
to
by the
do
way?
that.
Is
This
it
I
going
don't
on
have to
Facebook?
answer any of your questions.
Okay.
We
I just
don't
thought
have the
neither.
right.
I just like to.
Did I
see
start
my friend's
asking?
face, So I just thought I'd ask.
Watch me exercise my right that I don't have.
For the simple fact, there's video cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You have the right to stand up for
Exactly,
gays.
for
We
your
have the right
feelings.
to stand for Christ.
Amen.
And that's what we're here
But
for.
you don't have the right to
Amen.
do it to children that
Yeah,
don't
but
belong to
I'm,
you.
but I'm here, my children were
But
here,
you're
so
pushing
now
it
I'm
on
here.
adults too now.
But
Right, but you're pushing on children,
No,
and you
I'm
don't
not.
have the right.
Listen, but-
So that means you should be
wait,
brought up on
no,
charges
wait.
for sending sexual content
Wait,
to these
no.
children and minors.
Sexual content?
That's right, read those
It's not
books.
talking about sex.
It's planting the
No.
seed of doubt, sexuality, who you
Yes.
are.
No, that's
Yes,
not,
it is.
that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I didn't consent of any of that to be taught to my children while they were here at the library reading. Reading, what do you get from reading? You learn.
And that's
And I
okay.
have-
You
right.
might choose that for
Right.
your children,
Right,
But
but as of a
kids
few,
that
but as of
need to hear it?
right, I understand you. But as of a few seconds ago, I wasn't able to choose that for my children because
That's
you
right.
were
She
already
had no idea.
starting to read to them
Amen.
about
And you don't have the right.
And
story
they
time.
told you
That's
to say,
not a
hey,
normal story time, dear.
How is that not normal? If you just said
What
that you
if
love
just
people
because
that
Because
you
it's
have-
Pride Month,
My
the
God.
woman
Am
who
I
was
not
reading
normal?
already told us.
You are-
We're
you
doing it
are
because it's Pride
normal.
Month, you don't have
You
the
are
right.
normal.
These things
You don't have the
normal.
right.
That is not normal.
Because
This is
it's
abnormal.
It said
That's
it's
not
no
big yet.
greater.
That's a perversion.
It's no
You
might
greater
wait
thing
about
in
half
your
hour.
It's not normal.
Yes, it's a perversion.
And you can't teach that to my children because in my
perversion.
house,
Ladies,
I teach
talking
my
about
children
sex.
about the word of God. dear.
It's talking about consent. It's saying if you like that, if you don't feel right, then it's okay to not be that way.
That's not your
No.
job.
That's not your job either.
It's our job.
As Christians,
You're undermining them loving them for themselves and how they're born. Yes.
okay, so if I was not given the choice, I hated myself as a child. I tried to commit suicide.
Then seek Christ.
Absolutely not. God was the reason I ended up that way. I hate him.
No, it shouldn't be.
He's horrible.
Here come the field.
She just said that Christ is
People's
horrible.
lives.
Yeah, but you gotta. I understand that how you're speaking and everything, but you also, if you're saying that you represent Christ and you're talking to them about this, and you feel that, and you know that is not right, you understand how they feel. You got to come with the love of Christ. You can't yell at them. You can't
Wait,
shove them down
nobody's
the
yelling.
road.
They're not
I
yelling.
haven't yelled.
We don't have to accept it because
But you
Christ
have to
doesn't
rep-
accept it.
but if you're
So I don't
coming
have
with
to
this,
accept
you
it.
have to represent
Your
Christ.
version
Right.
of Christ.
But
No, it's
listen,
called the
but at the end
Bible.
of the day, my
It's written
common
down.
sense
There's one
and
version.
my loyalty to humanity
There's one version.
will not allow you to teach
There's
this
not
perversion
one
to
version.
children. I don't care if God or no God, how you
quick
feel.
question.
My morals
Well,
won't
it's
allow
not
it. It's
about
not gonna
me.
happen.
It's about God. It's about the love
Quick
of God.
question.
It's
Is
about the
Jesus
children.
white?
No, it's about
Is
God.
Jesus
It's
white?
not
White.
No, it's about
I
God.
can't hear you.
It's
What?
not-
Is
it's
Jesus
not-
white?
Jesus
What's
white.
irrelevant?
Let me tell you.
He's Jewish.
When
Yeah,
the lie
actually,
back
cares?
depends on what religion.
Okay,
He was
so
Jewish.
we don't know.
He's a
So
Jew.
as of right
You're
now,
going way beyond it. You're going way
Yeah, so he
beyond
wasn't
it.
white.
Okay, that's
Okay,
not
so
a
what?
problem.
What's that got to do with anything?
What does that have to do with
They're trying to
anything?
make it a race.
No, your
issue.
mind is propagandized. You've been
I don't
told
care
by
if
the
he was
mainstream
white. I don't care
media
if he was
about
yellow.
white
I don't care if he
supremacy.
was
That's what
black.
you're focused on.
Hey,
Look
I-
at the mask.
Yo.
You're fine. You
Hey,
can
we have
take
a
them
motion
all.
on the floor.
So like, what? And please, one person, because I can't listen to like 1,000 voices at one time.
I agree.
What is happening here? Like, I don't.
Well,
They're
they
trying-
were
wait,
trying to
please, just
introduce,
one
they were
voice
trying to
at a time.
introduce pride education to little children.
Little
And I don't feel they have the right to do that. We don't feel that. The mother came to pick them up and she didn't, she totally disagreed and had no idea they were about to teach this.
When we first
So
got
we're
here,
trying to protect the children from
Yeah.
questioning how God made them.
let me say something, Jim. When we first got here, the lady that was putting this on flat out told us that there would be no children in here without their parents.
Consent.
And then in walks a lady who's wondering what's going on. Why did her children just come and tell her that they're teaching
Sexual content.
at the library?
It's
We're
not
in this
sexual
area.
content.
But you don't have the right. You don't
Okay,
have
but
the
it
right.
wasn't sexual content,
Hey,
so
you
no one
don't
is
have
trying
the
to
right.
push that.
Their question has not been answered.
Please.
This is
And
the
then
actual
what are you
Facebook
guys
event.
doing?
This
Like,
is the
what
actual
is this?
Facebook event. It's Rainbow Story Time.
If,
This is,
Can I-
It's about
I was just
pride.
gonna ask you, I was asking you, as
Any of
any
these.
of these books in there,
Yeah.
are any of them have pornographic materials, sexual content, or anything else?
I don't know. Let me see.
See, they don't even know.
I have.
They don't even
Okay,
know. They
but
come in
before-
here to
wait,
read and
wait.
don't even know.
Before you even answer this question, when we go further about this, can we ask, is there a legitimate resolution to this right now?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
that's
Wait,
not
wait,
happening.
wait.
Yes,
I'm not finished
yes.
yet.
That's
Because
not
I
happening.
log in to like come do my homework, and this is a
Oh,
library,
shoot.
and it's supposed to be a quiet place, but all I see is a bunch of adults like bickering
Well,
about.
this room can be closed and you can go do your thing. This is.
But that means you have to leave.
Well, wait,
No, we're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere.
No.
Please.
To answer
So-
your question, the solution is stop promoting sexuality to children. Let
Okay,
children
stop. Okay,
simply
wait,
be
wait.
children.
Before
In a
anyone
public
else
place
answers, I'm not
without
trying
their
to diminish
parents'
what you're
permission.
saying. Is there, beyond that, I'm talking about in this situation, like.
That's the only thing we care about. I don't
could
care
we
what
maybe-
you
Right here in the
do.
library today,
Could we, yeah, like, wait, sir,
I'll answer.
I have a
Sorry.
solution too. Because if they said that this was supposed to be under parents' consent that children come in here, do we maybe close the door, have a time period in which people come into the room, if it appears to be a minor, maybe they're not allowed without a written parent consent to come into this
Well,
room.
half the kids here are being babysat, so there won't be consent if their parents.
Right, so
are-
they're
so
not allowed
that
to come
can't
in here,
happen.
right? So then they wouldn't be
There
allowed
you
to come
go.
in here. So the only time that this, because it is a very sensitive.
That's the person that's putting
because
it on
it is
right
a very
there.
sensitive subject.
This is the school
Matter.
teacher?
Yep, that's the school teacher right there that
Wait,
gets
wait,
his kicks out of confusing the minds of second grade students.
See,
May I-
There's
may I
an
ask-
article stating.
May I ask that?
No, I'm just
May we
gonna,
put
real
something-
quick, that answers your question right there.
Maybe-
The simple solution is you have them teaching it in your school without your
Freedom
consent.
isn't consent, isn't.
Wait,
teaching
wait,
sexuality
she
to
just showed
children.
you their
They don't have the
page.
right to do that.
Go on their page.
In their mind.
No, I know, I'm not trying to get further, I'm not, no,
Thank you,
please,
Madam.
please,
Okay, you
please
came
stop.
in here wanting to get a
Real quick.
Yeah,
noise,
so I'm
and you
saying-
just
These
allowed
are your
everybody
words.
else.
Yeah, I'm just asking, because people are like talking over me,
The
so I'm asking
resolution
right
that's
now.
right now it doesn't happen.
Right,
That's the
right
resolution.
there on there, it says this is
Why your
back
second
to
graders about who they are?
school rainbow story time.
So
Which
maybe
means
so like
once
a-
you send your children
You
to
don't have the
school,
right to
they
do
are
that.
still teaching them rainbow story time. It says it right on the page, it says this is back to school story time. She said it's because it's Pride Month.
You don't have the right to
To
teach.
you, it's written in black and white that this is back to school story time. This is what they're going to be teaching your children, and you have no idea about it. Your children are going to go and fight with you on a daily basis about right and wrong. You as a parent are doing everything you can to teach them right and wrong. But every educator, every professional, every single abuser in this world
I'd
is
like to ask
undermining their
again,
mind.
I thank you, I appreciate your,
Then
I
take it out.
appreciate everything you just said, I do.
You're not gonna teach.
You asked how
But
to be
what
behind
I'm
the library,
asking-
put your headphones on, go over there. Remember, this was an open, loud
No,
meeting, so
what I'm
regardless
asking
of
is like, will they put like a sign on the door?
I'd like you to
So
read
that
that.
children
There's
cannot
nothing
enter
sexual in it.
here, will
I
that
have no
like,
desire to-
and then you guys
There's
can
nothing sexual in it.
in here to stop when
the
people
fact that you're trying to
If
give
you
us a
agree, then why are
solution
you
on
doing
how you
Because
can
you don't
groom
have the right
children
to-
just
Because
tells
you
you
don't
that
have the
you
right
really
to tell
need to
what
educate
kids
yourself a
can
little
do.
bit more.
You have no right to
Just
tell me what my
stop
child can
trying to
do,
fight this.
what his
Then none
child
of
can
these are your
do.
children because you chose to not have.
And none of these are
children.
Right,
children.
and
So you don't have a right to
how do
say.
you know I
Do you
chose
have
not to
to-
have kids?
Well, because you obviously can't have kids together, can you?
What is that any of your business?
It's all my business.
How is that?
Excuse
Because you
me,
can't have kids,
why
so
are
it's not
you
your business.
concerned with my body parts?
Well, you don't
I'm
have
an
kids.
adult.
Not concerned
Why
with
are
your
you
body
concerned
parts,
with
but
the
concerned
children?
with other children.
You don't have the right to teach
I
her
was married
children.
to a
Changing the
man
minds
for
of other
5
children.
years.
That's what we're
How do you
concerned
know I
You
with.
don't have
don't
the right
have
to
kids?
teach my
Why would
children
I
or her
teach the
children.
minds
or
of
the
Okay,
other.
but you're not
Why are you here?
answering my
But you're-
question.
Why are you here?
Because I
Because you're-
want-
Do you
Then
need
I
to
don't
read
want to listen to
stories?
your
Do
bullshit.
you need to hear
No,
stories?
I need to
Support
leave.
my
I'm not
friend.
going anywhere.
Thank you.
There's your solution.
There's your solution.
Well,
You
yeah,
remove
because
the
you guys are like,
issue.
you guys are like protesting, right? And, like,
No, we're
Well,
not protesting,
no,
we're
just-
standing up for our
We're
children's
standing
future
up for
and our rights.
children. They don't have the right to
Are they
promote
not,
this.
are they not literally legitimately
Little
in the
children.
streets for the entire weekend, completely naked, swinging everything they can in front of children's faces?
Seattle.
Children being
Seattle.
forced to come
Seattle.
to this simply because the parent thinks it's okay?
We still have to have humility.
This is why
We're still
this-
domesticated humans. You don't have the right to parade around naked in front of little children. You don't have the right to plant the seed of, if you want to be a boy, you can go have your pecker cut off. They'll make you a girl. They don't have the right to plant that seed in a child. No one has that right.
Especially, and
The
also
child
too,
should, if they
children
grow
are
up and feel that way,
children that
then
aren't
you
even
support
theirs.
them, but you don't put it in their
Not even
mind.
theirs.
That's what our stand is.
It's not even their children.
And it's not even their kids.
This is a public place.
Yeah.
There's not a place for this.
This isn't a place for that. If you want to teach
If
them how
this
to
is what
be
you want to teach your kids inside
gender
your own
specific,
home,
you do that at home. You don't do that on other people's children. That's on
if
our
you want to do
home.
it, if this is the way you want your children to
come in there and
think,
actually
do it in
grab a
the
book,
privacy of
sit
your own
down
home.
and teach your child the difference.
We're just changing what people think about us because
Do
the
you mind
media
if I
is full of
record you
shit.
guys? I mean, I kind of already.
No,
did.
absolutely.
So we want to like say again what's going on?
From the get-go.
You can start from
Thanks.
wherever. We're just trying to-
Teachers promoting Rainbow Story Time for back to school Rainbow Story Time because it's Pride Month. They're saying it's Pride Month to your face,
I can
but
come
red
out
and
and
black
talk
and
with
white
you
is
if you
for
want.
story time for the back to school, and this is what your children are going to be taught from this day forward unless you as parents decide to take a stand and teach your children the right and wrong and bring God back into your country, into your heart.
Beautiful.
It starts with home and then it goes to the schools.
Okay.
There you go.
Well,
But we're not racist, we're not supremacists. All the shit they tell you on TV is absolutely false. We're Christians, we're fathers, and we want our freedoms to remain the way they are. And they don't have the right to teach smut to children. Make us famous, Kevin. Make us famous.
I don't know if I have
Congress
much power.
Moonshine, how do you do?
I have
Go outside, talk to the cops, and you go to the phone.
Still active out
Yes,
here.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you know what?
Felt like they had a big turnout anyway.
No, just the kids whose parents didn't know that they
Yeah,
were there.
just the kids who were already here, whose parents weren't here.
That's
Exactly.
the key point.
But just think that mother right there, she would have not known that this was going on. Her
Well,
kids
she
come
can
home
press
tonight and be
charges,
like,
the cops are here, because
Just
they
so
don't
you
have
know,
the
that's
right.
the teacher, he/she thing right next to you.
That's a South Bend school teacher, that blonde.
So your children ask him any questions, he's gonna tell them the complete opposite, just so you know.
That's, you know, there, we'll just.
I'm just letting her know that that's the person that's supposed to be
That's
doing the
who's
story
setting this
time.
on, that's who's
And
putting it on.
this way she knows, because her children are right there. Like, we did as much
Thank you for
research as
having
we
the
can,
courage
we
to stand
found
up
his
for
real
your
name
children.
and
just,
everything. We
just
not
think
found
from
any
her
sexual
position, if she
charges
wouldn't
on
even
him.
known about this, her kids come home tonight with all these questions, she's gonna be like,
Where did you hear that?
yeah, exactly.
Go to the library.
He can't even go to the library.
Get that, right, get that, get that.
You have a right to protest.
We're not
We're not
making this-
protesting.
We came in and listened to the story and stayed peacefully, and, lady asked questions before anyone got here, just simple question and answer, and they
I
said they're
don't, I
calling.
don't want, I don't want
I'm
my
the
children
president
on
of this
the
chapter.
internet.
Okay, I got it.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, we can't allow them, they don't have the right to put this smut in children's minds without parents' knowledge. This mother showed up after we interrupted and she had no idea what story time was, so that validates our purpose for being here. Now, they, introducing sexual content to children, should be cuffed and hauled the hell out of here, because they don't have the right, just because they're gay, don't mean they can introduce sex stuff to kids, right? This is.
With no
this is-
parental
I
consent.
mean, without parental consent, that is, I mean, these are minors here.
Right. We can do a peaceful protest. It just cannot be disruptive or.
Oh, we're not being unpeaceful,
I know,
we're
I
having
know.
conversations, it's all on video, there's been no disruption other than them screaming at us.
Who was screaming?
Well, the other half of the party.
Okay.
Everybody
Yeah,
else
like
out
this
Are
there.
you a parent? Okay. Are you okay with your child listening to the material?
No, I'm not. My daughter, she called me and she was upset because I don't teach them that. And so I came here. and just got-
Where they teach them smut to kids and leave them all out. This is our town
What's
too.
your guys' organization? What's
I'm the Shannon Proud Boy, President Moonshine, Proud Boys, yes.
Okay.
And
Maybe
if you
someone
don't want
wants-
your
That's
what
all
do
you
you
got,
guys do?
look it up.
Okay.
We are patriots.
Stick close.
Gotcha.
We are constitutional patriots,
Gotcha.
we are anti-Antifa.
Yeah, but
We
I
don't let
wanna
them beat
know-
up our patriots.
Yeah,
I got
And we are
little
supportive
ones,
of
so
this
I gotta
Go keep
But they should have a program.
You can't,
Well, I have a
you don't have the right, they don't have the right to
6-year-old
introduce
son
smut to
who-
children.
He
They
don't
have
know
that right.
nothing
Don't
about
do it in
this.
the
Yeah,
public.
so.
Do it in
you
your
know, so he
basement,
just
don't do
come
it in my
here
lab.
And
Right? Public
and he's
space.
being
Okay.
taught about he being free to be a girl if he want to be a girl, but that's not what I teach him at home. I feel like at least somebody should have let me know something, because now my kids are confused.
Said they're actually going above and beyond to teach this stuff to the children.
Yeah, and I
But they're
don't have
forcing this
nothing
on
against
children
them, I
that
don't, but I have
So
a problem
everywhere
with
they
it
have
being
this, we
pushed
will
on
see
my
this. We're
children,
not gonna allow
and
it.
I don't even know
We're not gonna
nothing
allow it.
about
I
it.
don't want to interrupt him.
So who
I don't know
invited
if
your
you're a
kids
parent,
to the program?
But they're saying it's because of
come
Pride
here,
Month. Right
my
under
kids come
advertisement,
here every
it's
single day at the
advertised
same
as
time,
back to school.
while I go to
Right.
work,
As
right?
in, this
They
is what
always
they're
say,
gonna start
they
teaching
always
your
say,
child.
come to,
Teaching
they
kids
tell them,
Without
they
your
gather
consent.
them
Which the
up.
teacher
Without
right
you
there
know.
is.
They see this is public
They're
library.
coming to a
That's what it
normal
is.
story time.
I'm not gonna get
And
into
so.
We're not disrupting.
No, that's not personal abuse. That is legitimate. You took an oath to protect the children from that. As an officer of the law, that's not personal abuse. That is legitimate your job. That is the oath you took. I just want to remind you, that's not your personal belief. That is legitimately the oath you took, is to defend our children from that. It's not personal beliefs. Don't ever feel that
We
is your
were
personal
put
beliefs.
down.
That's
We
what
stayed
our
away, the
world is
lady
taught
sat
right
there,
now
we stayed
is obey
completely in the
everyone's
chairs.
feelings.
And we spoke to
Fact or
everyone.
fiction? It's no longer about
Where's the
feelings.
other lady?
Feelings is
She
why we're
said
here.
you guys were never no, one of the ladies, she's arguing with us, but we were just conversing.
The older
And
lady.
she thanked us for, she's an older lady with
Short hair.
Short hair.
When it did get
And
into
she
the
was-
hallway,
we were talking, we
When
were
she walked
super.
out the room, she
when
said,
it did get in the hallway, the library.
I do not feel threatened.
I did not
Those
feel
were her
threatened.
words.
No, we don't have the right to, they don't have the right to do
Sure
this.
that the patrons have.
They can come right on.
Absolutely.
They can, but it's funny, as they're learning what it's about, they're turning around and hightailing it out the door, so maybe we did a good thing. We certainly did protect her kids from learning this crap today. So, I think you guys should make it stop so we can go home and have supper.
I mean,
Because
I
they don't
think
have
we'd
the
rather
right
be
to.
at home.
And there
with our
should be
children.
charges.
There should be
They give them
charges.
the same rights that they give us, you know.
But when the children involved, their fucking rights are gone. They don't have the right to talk to your children about something you didn't give them permission about.
If she doesn't want her children to participate, you have every right.
Right, but I
She
didn't.
wasn't
I
aware.
didn't-
They were just gonna do
Her
it.
children, her
A few
children
minutes ago,
called
I
her and
didn't
told
have-
her.
I
She
didn't have
rolled
that
in
right
after we
because I didn't
interrupted
know.
and she had no idea.
right
So
here.
that's not consent, that's perversion.
Can I interject real quick? When we first came in here,
Okay.
the lady that was putting this on looked at us and said, there will be no children in here without their parents' consent.
Yeah.
That is our rule, that is our policy.
And then in walks mom.
And then in walks mom, wondering what's going on.
With no consent.
Yes, they were sitting right here when
They
we
were
walked
in
in the
here.
door.
Yeah, my children, my daughter called me.
They left
And
when
I
we
had-
came in.
So they're not
Yes.
following their policy.
I mean,
This
that's
needs
how,
to stop.
real quick before you walk out, that's how concerned most
Yeah.
parents actually should be, and you as an officer should be. Her daughter called her and said they want to know if it's okay if I learn pornographic material at the library. Look how fast mom showed up.
We can't
You
have
see
that.
how fast mom showed up?
But we're gonna cut, I mean.
Think that through,
because from here,
officer.
You guys
Think
have to
that
handle
through.
it, because it's, you know, but. Nice. But I have been talking, I need to talk. You got me a lot. Nice. But, ma'am, I hope you have the rest of it, that's good.
Me personally, what I just teach my children is just be yourself. When the time is right, and don't, what you are makes you who you are. What the things you like, just enjoy yourself.
But there was never any foul, nothing, your children weren't in any harm at all, we're not that at all.
Oh, yeah.
Other than we were gonna protect them
that's
from
what
the
my
harm.
daughter, that's what my daughter said, that a bunch of guys came to protest and protect them from it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm coming right now.
I'll be right there.
I'll be right there.
Yeah, because I let them know, let me know. Let me know.
Well, and
something
and
is
now they're
right.
pushing, the schools are telling the parents, we don't have to get your, we do whatever we want, we're the teachers, and that is not true.
Yeah, so
They're
I'm
not
trying to
gonna do
figure
that.
out what I can do here because I don't like it. I don't
Okay,
like
we
it.
gotta start setting it up at our school
This
boards.
is, this,
anywhere
this,
we
this,
gotta
is,
start
this is how
taking
worried
this,
you
they're
need
gonna
to be.
push
That
this
person
shit.
right there with the blonde hair.
Any government financing is gonna push this on your kids.
Like, Dad, legit.
That person
When
right
you were
there
a
is
child, if that was your teacher, how fast would that teacher would have been in handcuffs and removed from school?
Come in
That
dressed
is a
like
teacher. That is a
woman.
legitimate educator.
Well, that person
At
that
the school.
person with the blonde hair is
Second graders, that's
an
how
educator with South
And I'm
Bend.
sure they're pushing it in their kids' there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a picture of an article where they
Okay, that's why
interviewed
I'm
this
here.
person and was getting kicks and laughing about confusing the minds of second language students.
What? He was laughing?
Facts over.
This is about that person right there with the blonde hair.
Are you guys like a biker team?
Proud Boys.
I'm sorry?
Proud Boys.
Proud Boys? Oh.
It's not a biker.
Oh, Officer Slusher. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, these are my guys, a lot of officers are friends
About
of
this
mine, I coach
person
all
right
the kids.
here with the substitute brags about being in Indiana second graders.
Send it. Send it.
Okay, so,
Sexual kids. Once they get
they
older,
said,
you
they
know,
came in,
let
sat
them
down,
decide on.
but the program hadn't started. And
Can you come talk to
then when everybody came, the young lady, the teenager went out. One right here in this right shirt.
She wants a copy of the article that I got about it.
But, yeah. I said one of those bean bags.
I think that I'll just tell her when she comes back to the phone, just put in Megan Deal, South Bend, Indiana. I'll point it out to her on her phone.
There's a marker and pen right there.
I ain't touching my ears.
I was thinking about doing it, I was gonna raise it.
Thought about it,
I did, didn't you see me walk over there a couple times? I was like, I should just flip it around.
Like, in a candy store, man. Oh, darn, I tripped.
Hey, while we're waiting, man, for the to start, let's get a fucking chapter photo.
Oh,
Right.
That sounds good.
Well, we gotta get moonshine and everybody. He's on the
stuff in the
popo.
background?
Red, why aren't you out there hitting moonshine in the popo?
Cause they asked to talk about himself.
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah.
Is you and your team, are you guys all from down there, or are you from up here, or where are you guys from?
We're from Michigan.
From Michigan. Do you guys reside here in Michigan? Okay. And how long have you guys been active, can I ask?
It's immaterial. Since 2016, when Antifa and BLM started their bullshit.
No, you know, I'm just trying to build
I
rapport with
understand,
you, right?
I understand.
Right.
You're trying to pry, and I don't have any much more to tell
No,
you,
I'm
other
trying
than we're
to
stopping
pry.
them from
Just trying to get to
introducing
know what's going on
shit to
here
kids they
and
don't have the
who
right to do.
Right. But you guys
We're
also.
patriots, that's what we are.
You guys know this is private property, right?
No, it isn't. This is a public library, and I pay my taxes. I live right here, and I was, no, it isn't, probably.
It's still private property. It is, I'm telling you.
That doesn't justify it.
That doesn't justify.
I'm talking to this gentleman here, that's why I had him come by himself. If you wanna film, that's fine, but I'm discussing with him. He's playing the role here.
No, I'm
If
the
you-
president, I'm not playing the role.
I didn't know that.
No, it's okay. But
Okay.
let's go ahead.
No, I'm not done talking, okay?
Well, talk to me. He's
No,
out of it.
I'm setting precedent here for all of us that's in this room right now, okay? I will talk to you after I'm done talking to him if you wanna speak, okay? Is that
Yes,
good?
sir.
We agreed to all that?
Yep.
Okay. This is private property, okay? It's, people are allowed to come in here as long as they follow the rules of this place, okay? And I'm being told that you guys aren't following the rules here.
Okay, what rules have we broken?
Well, I've kind of already started and kind of told you what the rules are.
No, you didn't. You asked me a question. You didn't tell me any rules I
I
broke.
told you guys were being here.
We weren't being disruptive. We were asking questions. We were never disruptive.
Can
We
you-
asked one at a
can you-
time.
Do you mind explaining again what the problem
So
is?
we had gentlemen blocking the entrance to our door, and you guys were yelling at our storytime presenter, and you also said repeatedly that you would refuse to let the program go on.
I did say that, but we weren't yelling at anyone.
You know the program's gonna go on, right? You
Oh,
can't
it's not
stop
gonna go
that.
on. It's not gonna go on. How dare you let it go on?
Because
They're introducing sexual content to children, minors that without parents' consent. That is against the law.
I'm neutral here.
You can't be neutral. There's fucking law being broken.
I'm not going to discuss this with you.
Then
I
why
have a
then we
job
aren't
to do.
discussing anymore either, I
That's
guess.
fine, okay. Give me a second, guys. You guys can go ahead and do your thing there, okay?
So you guys are just gonna let this go?
Not only police, you guys do not discuss this at this time.
Grab our bags, we'll go.
I don't support none of that stuff. I support Christ, and I teach my children Christ. Right, but I teach my children Christ, and you know what? That's good. That's why they're exposed to
Hey,
those
real
things.
quick, since you actually bring that up,
Can I talk to you?
I was just gonna ask what his factual
Yeah,
opinion
but-
on that.
Hey.
Because of how